the first two, and I can't afford the third one. But actually, you know, I thought about it, okay? If you do the divorce, right, and start dating young, you actually reboot the cycle. So, and then the other thing that kind of concerns me is if you can come up with the materials, remembering the material, because I am, you know, having a recall issue. And I hate to be standing there telling a joke like, there's a rabbi and, no, the other one. The minister, the rabbi, I mean, it's terrible, right? But, you know, comedians all have ways to remember their lines and their material, and it goes something like this. They come up and they tell a joke. Horse walks into a bar, bartender looks up and says, "Why the long face, buddy?" Then they'll walk over, have a drink of water. Then they come back to the mic and they say, there's a couple sitting at the same bar, and all of a sudden the guy says, you hear the guy say, "I love you," and the woman says, "Hey, is that me or the Grey Goose speaking?" Is that you or the Grey Goose speaking? And the guy said, "Oh, that's me speaking to the Grey Goose." Sometimes the same comedian will tell the joke. Horse walks into a bar, bartender looks up and says, "Why the long face, buddy?" They walk over.
Hey, you want $50 bill? Hey, you want $50?
I'm being heckled, and he's aiming that way. You too! It's okay, it's cool. Sometimes they turn to the water, and they don't even have a drink of water. They come back and they see there's a couple sitting at the bar. All of a sudden the guy says, "I love you," and the woman says, "He's speaking to me, is that the Grey Goose speaking?" And he said, "No, I'm speaking to the Grey Goose." So they don't even drink the water, and that's because really they're looking at their notes. They all have notes, right? Now the problem at my age is I could have notes, right? It would look something like this. Horse walks into a bar, bartender looks up, "Why long face, buddy?" It's a Grey Goose speaking. So other than that, you know, so I'm thinking, if I'm not going to be a comedian, I'm going to be a personal trainer. Why are you laughing? I have the perfect body for personal training. You know what they say, those who can't do, those who can't teach. Give me another 20 of those crunches. While I bulk up on my Cadbury milk chocolate, on a protein bar with almond and raisins. 6, 7, 8, when you finish those, turn over, give me 20 Pilates. You know, they like that. The jury likes it. I'm innocent, honest. I'm innocent. Give me 20 Pilates. Where was I? You know, the only thing about, you know, I get people coming up all the time saying, "Hey, you look like a weightlifter." And I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't really lift the weights. I carry it. I carry it everywhere I go. I carry my weight. I'm really a weight carrier more than a weightlifter. You know, I was reading an article about 2 weeks ago. It was brought by a nutritionist who said that if you eat a lot of bread, it feminizes the body. And I'm saying, it's not a feminine body. Maybe it explains the breasts and the hot flashes, but nothing feminine about this body. You know, what I don't understand really is about all these new lifestyle choices. I don't get it. Like all these vegans are eating grasses, and so many vegans now eating grasses and leaves and greens, and I guess that's because grazing cows in the field are the example of good health and wellness, I guess. But you know, and when did gluten become the enemy? When did gluten become on everybody's most hated list with onions and hair? No, wait, that's my most hated list. With butter and salt and sugar and hot dogs and Hitler and Al-Qaeda. When did that happen? I didn't even know what gluten is. Does anybody know what gluten is? I actually looked it up. Wikipedia definition of gluten, it's a substance. You know this, right? It's a substance. It's a substance that helps things rise and keep their form, right? like breast implants and Viagra. And is Viagra and breast implants on anybody's most hated list? Survey says, boss, no one. Gluten, don't know, can't understand why people just hate gluten. I don't get it. Yeah. But listen, I don't need a career. I'm not really looking for a career because I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm coming into big money very soon. It's true. I'm coming into seriously big money real soon. I got a notice, I got an email that told me that I actually inherited $18 million from Nigeria. I know what you're thinking, okay? You're thinking that's one of those Nigerian frauds, but I'm telling you, they didn't ask for $160,000 in probate fees up front. They didn't ask for any processing fees, bank fees. In fact, all I had to do was give them my bank information, my PIN, and they're wiring the money straight into my account. But I did the research, it's actually true, you know. I actually have a shpucha in Nigeria. Listen, where's Phil? Phil, the Igbo Jews in Nigeria are actually descendants of the lost tribes of Israel. Did you know that? They're actually, get this, they're actually Naphtali's and Ephraim's Heineken. Their forefathers are the same as my forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're related. So it's real. I'm getting $18 million. You know, it's tough to put biblical references into a joke. I'm going to tell you. The last person to do that before me was David Steinberg, the great Canadian comedian, and they threw the Smothers Brothers off the air because of it. So there you go. Which means this program contains nudity, coarse language, mature themes, and biblical references. Viewer discretion requested. You know, if $18 million isn't enough, I actually got this letter recently from Madrid that I won $985,000 in the Spanish sweepstakes. And I didn't even know I bought a ticket. Turns out I must have a shpucha there too. You know, it's a real small diaspora, you know what I mean? It's a real small. So, you know, I knew my luck was changing because I've been getting emails that there are women in my area that want to meet me. That never happened before. And you know, I know exactly what I'm going to do with my money. So all you financial advisors, put your cards back in your pocket. JCC, take me off your telethon list. Because I know exactly what I'm doing with my money. By the way, anybody from out of town? I'm all the way from Toronto to and we can't wait to get up. I came for a comedy show 33 years, I'm still here. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, I know exactly what I'm going to do with my money. I'm investing it. I am buying gluten. I am buying all the gluten that people are using. I'm buying all the stockpiles of gluten. I'm buying gluten futures because I know one day, gluten is, we're going to know that gluten is good for the health because I think it's the next Botox. That's my time. Hold on. That's my time. I'm done.
Ira Greenspoon, everybody. We're going to take a brief intermission now, and when